This is Claudia Charleton from Abu Dhabi Classic FM interviewing James Reinl. He's the UN correspondent for The National. Currently, he's on assignment in Haiti. Now you're back, 6 months on from that devastating earthquake. James, what's your sense of how things have changed?
Sadly, you look around the city and it doesn't look wholly different to how things did 6 months ago, just after the earthquake happened. I mean, sure, when I first arrived, people were still, dragging bodies out of the rubble, and every piece of pavement, there were poor, injured people with broken limbs lying on the pavement, pleading for doctors. So obviously that's changed, and there's a vague sense that things are better organised. For example, the airport is better organised. It's easier for planes to come into land. Some of the things are working better, but you're still, drive through the centre of Port-au-Prince, and all of the buildings that were toppled are still toppled. And even, for example, the presidential palace right in the centre of Port-au-Prince, it looks exactly the same as it did 6 months ago. The domes had collapsed, and probably quite, the most famous image of Haiti after the earthquake. You could be easily forgiven for thinking that little has happened.
From what you've seen on this trip, do you think that aid and international relief has got to the people that it was intended for?
Most of the humanitarians you speak to cite some of the aid operation here as a big success. I mean, you have to remember that these kinds of natural disasters, the really, really big ones, they kind of only happen once every 5 years. This is what the humanitarians say to me. For example, the last really, really big one on the scale of Haiti would be something like the tsunami. So the international community and the aid community doesn't really get tested on these things, that frequently. But in the case of Haiti, they say there were certain things that worked very well. I mean, the death toll from the actual earthquake itself, people that died when they were crushed, is something like 230,000. But just after the earthquake, there were some delays at the airports, but things like food and water and antibiotics, they were actually getting into the country. And so, for example, there was no substantial outbreak of cholera or any of these other diseases. There weren't any cases of starvation. And so the death toll was kept at the figure of the people that actually died in the earthquake and from injuries sustained in the earthquake. The real problem that Haiti seems to be hitting now is how you move out of this humanitarian phase and kickstart the country and, get things working again and talk about reconstruction. I mean, the number of people that were left homeless after the earthquake, numbers vary. Maybe it was like 1.3, 1.4 million. There are now 1.6 million people living in camps across the country, many around the overcrowded Port-au-Prince area. A lot of the people that are in these camps and a lot of the aid workers, I mean, they're saying why? Why is it taking so long? These people are living in temporary shelters made out of tarpaulin and wood, and hurricane season is approaching. We've known for months now that hurricane season was approaching, and these people are dangerously exposed. Why is the progress to rebuilding people's homes taking so long? And this really is the big question that I think needs to be answered.
That's James Reinl, who's in Port-au-Prince in Haiti.